Don, 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 what is up, fellows, fugazis, and flemmers? I am quitting streaming. The title is true. It's not clickbait at all. This video actually is intended more for my Twitch viewers because I streamed on Twitch. If you are a YouTube frog, I guess you're just along for the ride. I obviously haven't been posting videos consistently on YouTube in quite a while. I'm basically going to be going over number 1, why did I start streaming? Number 2, why am I quitting? And number 3, where am I going from here? But yeah, let's reel it in. Let's bring it all the way back to January 8th, 2021. My very first stream where I did an introduction stream. I basically went through a PowerPoint slide going over introducing myself, why did I start streaming and everything. That's more of like an introduction. I'm trying to look good in front of my new viewers and everything. But if I'm going to be completely honest, I started streaming for 3 primary reasons. Number 1, to get back into video games. And I've mentioned this multiple times on stream. I grew up kind of a nerdy kid. I was pretty athletic, but there came a time where I found out I had asthma. I'm kind of like trauma dumping. I don't know. This is kind of trauma dumping. But no, I had asthma for a long time. It was pretty bad where I couldn't even do physical activity. So I was kind of like confined to my home PC. And that's basically where I grew up. I grew up doing just a lot of goofy things on PC. I was making a lot of goofy little videos. But when I wasn't on my PC, I was drawing, I was doodling. But the other thing that like took up a big part of my life growing up was video games. I played a lot of Nintendo games. I wasn't a very well-off kid. I mainly had Nintendo consoles. It was primarily the GameCube and the Wii. Played a lot of different Wii games, and then eventually got a DS and everything. The whole shablam, the whole kablongle, the whole sminky smanky, smonky smoonky. But anyway, point is, when high school came around, I started doing a lot of, I started trying to be cool. I kind of outgrew like the bad part of my asthma. I would only get asthma attacks when it was really bad, and so I was doing a bunch of things. I was doing all the sports that I wanted to do growing up. I was doing everything, and so I kind of strayed away from playing video games. I did not play a lot of video games, if not any, throughout high school. The only video game that I really played was Super Smash Brothers Melee with my friends whenever I had the chance to. But yeah, during 2020, during quarantine, I started to get a little bit into streamers, and I was just, one of my best homies at the time was a streamer herself, and so I was starting to entertain the idea that I could possibly be a streamer. I was working heavily on my music, making visuals for them, making music videos, and I had this not really gaming PC. It's this PC I put together mainly for music production. But I was like, I have all the things I need to start streaming. I even have a camera and everything. I got everything I need to start streaming. I just haven't done it. And so I did all that, and I wanted to get into video games again. I thought this was an opportunity to play all the games that I didn't get to play growing up. That includes a lot of JRPGs, for example, Persona games, or a lot of the Pokemon games that I didn't get to play. All the different things that, nowadays, now that I finally have the finances to be able to buy the games that I wanted to play as a kid growing up. And so with that idea, I kind of wanted to be a retro gamer at the start, but at the end of the day, that's not what happens to a lot of people. A lot of people end up just playing whatever, how it is with being a variety streamer, But overall, getting back into video games, my main goal was to kind of experience that joy that I had as a kid. As I've said this on multiple times during stream, which is why I try not to I try not to cheat in video games in the sense, like, especially with single player games, I try not to look up the solution to things. I try to find out myself or have chat tell me, because I'm trying to emulate the idea of, playing a video game with, like, with your friends around, and your friends are there to try and help you, try and encourage you. I don't have any spoilers, or I ask for no spoilers and everything. But yeah, I want to experience that joy of playing video games as a kid, because I have not been able to for a long time. I genuinely have not been playing video games for the past 8 years. It would just be like 1 or 2 video games here and there. Maybe my friend would get into something and then I would join in, but then after like a month or 2, it's gone. That even happened with Genshin Impact, like, honestly, like a lot of different games like that. But anyway, so yeah, my first reason that I started streaming was to get back into video games. My second reason is to help fund my music equipment. So I'm a music producer is the main hobby that I have. That's my primary hobby. I don't do it as a job, but I do it as my primary hobby. It's what I enjoy doing the most when I have my free time alone and I'm able to work on music. And so for the longest time, I felt limited by the equipment that I had. I did not have a good mic. I didn't have the best music production equipment. But now with streaming, I've been able to get a lot of the equipment that I felt like I've been missing. The things that are essentially holding me back from making the best music that I can. And so that was another reason why I started streaming. Number 3 is probably the biggest one. This is the biggest reason why I started streaming. It was to just chill and hang out. Make friends. As much as I joke, I go off of the Ludwig joke that, like I'm against parasocial relationships. At the end of the day, I've definitely made some friends on stream. The thing is, like, I originally started making comedy content on YouTube a long time ago when I was like in middle school. I even animated a freaking meme video that got 2 million views. I even started a Let's Play series as a kid. And so literally when streaming was finally like an option that I could consider, I'm like, streaming is literally a better version of that. I've been enjoying the idea of being able to just play a video game with these people watching, these, whether they're friends or they're just new people sitting in, and just being able to like hang out and chill and talk. It's almost like, I'm in a room playing a video game and there's people around me watching, having a good time. It's almost like a party in a way. And I enjoy that. And so to reiterate the main 3 reasons why I started streaming. Number 1, to get back into video games. Number 2, to help fund my music equipment. And number 3, to chill and just hang out. Now, the question that you might have for me is, Yabe, did you achieve all 3 of those things? And the answer is, yeah, absolutely. I absolutely achieved all 3 of those things. I have been able to fund a lot of the music equipment that I've been wanting for a while, thanks to your guys' help, all your gift subs and everything. I can't say how much I appreciate it enough. I've definitely been able to get back into video games for sure. I've gotten into new video games that I never thought I would. I've definitely been chilling, definitely been hanging out. Part of my whole brand, I guess, is that we're just chilling and hanging out. Even though I'm kind of a high energy streamer and I'm kind of like, I'm not really a chill streamer per se. There are times where I can be a chill streamer, like usually during my doodling streams or whatever. But yeah, no, I've definitely achieved those 3 things. I've gotten back into video games, funded my music equipment, and I have been chilling and hanging out and making friends. So with all that being said, kind of leads to the question of, why am I quitting streaming? And so there are 3 main reasons why I'm quitting streaming. And all 3 of these reasons kind of coincide. They all correlate with each other. They relate to each other in some way, but this is the best that I can do to try and categorize them so that, it makes the most sense. I'm so sick of these loud freaking cars. Sorry, I had to cut that one because there's these loud freaking JDM cars in my area. But anyway, yes, these 3 reasons all correspond with each other. They all correlate with each other. And so why am I quitting? Number 1 is time. In the time I've started streaming, I have gotten a job, a partner, and a house. And I don't take any of these 3 things lightly. I'm extremely blessed to even be able to say that I have my own place. Like, that's crazy. And I don't take it for granted. And I've said that multiple times on stream. I don't beg for gift subs. I always make it a point to tell people that you do not need to give me any gift subs. I stream for fun, and there are other streamers, and I have streamer homies where this may or may not apply to, but I would rather you give your gift subs. I'd rather you gift your subs to the streamer homies of mine, or just any streamer in general that needs the finances more than I do. I'd rather you give support to the streamers that might need it more than I do. And even talking about subs right now, I know it's like almost the end of July, and I know some people have just like resubbed to me, and for that I genuinely do apologize. There's just a lot of things. I think that's just the nature of it, but I do apologize, and I hope you still feel like you're getting your money's worth from this month's sub. But anyway, back to my point. For the fact that I didn't have those 3 things when I first started streaming, my community has been with me through all of these. through getting a job, although I kept it kind of disclosed, but you know, having a partner, getting a house, this has all been, you guys have been part of this journey of mine. Although like I only tell a few stories here and there, I obviously try to keep my private life as private as possible, but regardless, it's like I still trust you guys to a degree where I'm able to tell you guys how my day was. I even tell you guys a lot of childhood stories that I haven't told a lot of IRL friends. I haven't told a lot of IRL friends the stories that I've told you guys. Taking into account those three things, a job, a significant other, and a house, I just don't have the time to stream as much as I used to. I just got a new role at work, and it eats away at me. It's not like I work longer than I did before, but it takes a lot more energy than it did before. And I come home, and what ends up happening is on the days that I promise to stream is I get home and then I sleep, and then I wake up so that I have energy to stream. And you know where that leads me to when it comes to like dinner and stuff. Like I end up having to buy takeout. It's not good for my health. There's a bunch of other factors. I don't need to go super deep into it, but just know that like these three things, having to take care of my house and everything, it all comes together and forms this like this effect where you know, streaming starts to feel less of a hobby, where you know, like, and I don't know, it starts to feel like an obligation. And so that leads me to my second point of why I'm quitting, which is burnout. Now, burnout is I actually probably won't spend that much time talking about this because every streamer has experienced burnout. Everyone experiences burnout in general, not just streamers. This is a common thing. And this is not my first time. I've been experiencing burnout countless times throughout the time that I've been streaming. There have been multiple times where I've considered quitting stream, and this is kind of just like like this is now where it's like I've considered everything enough to the point where like, yeah, I think it's time. But yeah, the burnout's just it's the heaviest. It's the heaviest that it's been. And the reason I consider this a separate point from time is because like this also encompasses something that isn't like included in the idea of, you know, like I don't have enough time to do this. It's the idea of like my attention span. Like that sounds a little goofy, but legitimately think about it. I started playing Breath of the Wild in 2021. It's now 2023, summer 2023, and I still haven't beat the game. And just with other games too, I've started all these games and I haven't been able to beat them because I always want to move on to the next game. I feel like I want to move on to the popular game that most people will enjoy. Even though I say that I play the games that I want to play, which is still true, sometimes I still feel like I compromise what I want to do with what I believe other people will want, which is stupid. Like the best thing to do is just stream what you want to stream, enjoy it. But like there's always going to be that little bit of pressure. It's like, you know, I want to grow and everything, and that's just how it is. And so there's that burnout where like I want to play the games that will help me grow, you know, like not the games where I'm going to pull in like 1 or 2 or 3 viewers, you know. But that's just how it is. And so I don't. Yeah, and then the other part of the burnout is the fact that I have promised, not really promised, but I've said that I'm going to do a lot of things on stream that I've not been able to do, and it is really frustrating because I want to do a lot of stuff that I said I want to do. I want to do all these like special event streams. I want to do all these IRL ideas that I have, these live jam out streams. There was an idea I've had multiple times where I wanted to just go out in public and stream myself jamming out with my friends in public. I've wanted to do that for a long time, and I haven't been able to do that. There's all these different things. There's all these collabs, these different community things that I've wanted to do for a while. Actually, and I don't know, this kind of just flows, and this is what I mean where they just kind of collide with each other. But my third reason for quitting is lost potential. Lost potential. What does that even mean? Well, let me put it this way. Let me once again bring you back, reel it back into to January 8th, 2021, my very first stream. And even actually, you know what? Let's go a little further back, you know, like rewind a little bit further back. The 2 weeks before I started streaming, I grinded so hard to make my stream look as nice as possible. I combined all the multimedia content creation skills that I've amassed throughout my years, and I put them all into one place. All my graphics were homemade. I already forget what it's called. The transition screen between different scenes. Like all my graphics, you guys know my freaking graphics, my backgrounds, my borders, everything. It's all original. I've never paid anyone to do anything for my stream, ever. I've not paid anyone to do anything for my stream, with the exception of video editing for this YouTube channel, right? Outside of that, when it comes to the actual stream itself, I've never paid anyone for anything. Everything's my own. Like I'm even thinking back to when I created the original graphic for Vane, not the VTuber rig for Vane, not the live 2D rig for Vane, but just the GIF that would play on stream. I literally started working on her after an Apex Legends stream. Like Apex Legends, like when was the last time I played that? And then I remember starting it at like 10 and then I finished at like 7 a.m. And then even the stag graphic, let me just put it right here. But yeah, like I started her like right after I'd finished moving to a new city for my job. And like that was crazy. Like that I was able to like do that in such a short amount of time. And when I started to actually learn like VTuber rigging and live 2D rigging, I had to learn that entire program on my own. I had to self-teach myself using these tutorials. I guess not really self-teach, but I had to learn how to use this entire new program to create 2 different rigs. I didn't just do it for one rig. I made it for Dawn and Vane. That's crazy. I re-rigged the original Dawn model 4 times until I felt satisfied with it. And even now, it's still not like the most perfect, but at least it was something that I could use on stream. But yeah, I remember rigging Vane's model in the middle of a summer camp with all my friends. Like I've put so much work into my streams. I've put a insane amount of hours into stream. Let's say hypothetically I paid someone to do the work that I put into my stream. It would be like thousands of dollars, insane amounts of money, amounts of time that I've put into my stream. The kind of stuff I've done for my stream, you'd pay a lot of people to do. And it's just all me. And then your question might be like, yeah, babe, why don't you just hire people? And I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't really know. I feel like there's an innate sense of pride that I have. I just feel like other people can't achieve my vision for something, not because of they're lacking in skill or anything. Like there are people who are better at doing the things that I do, but there are times where I just feel like someone can't put something together the way that I would want it to be. And I don't know, you can see that as like me being kind of patronizing, but I genuinely don't mean it that way. It's just really difficult for me to explain, if I'm going to be completely honest. But yeah, I can't bring myself to. Now when it comes to something that really doesn't show, like let's say like paying someone to rig a new and improved model of Dawn, I would totally pay someone for that. I think the reason I didn't is because at the time I didn't really know that you could. I didn't know that you could just pay people to rig your VTuber models, and also I didn't have a job at the time, so I don't think I would have even been able to afford it. But yeah, that's part of like that lost potential, you know. The other part of this whole idea of like lost potential is probably the biggest one, if I'm going to be completely honest. It's the fact that I don't really grow. And I'll put it this way. I have been streaming for over 2.5 years now. Over 2.5 years. Like coming up on 3 years. Some could argue that I've grown plenty in these almost 3 years. There are definitely other streamers who wish they could grow as much as I have in these past 2 years. And I realize that. And I'm aware of the different ways that you can grow. I'm aware that you have to network with people while streaming. I'm also aware that it's really good to do a bunch of collabs and stuff. And I know that a really important one is to market myself, you know, like make sure to post on social media, like, oh, I did this, or look at my clips, you know, like even a YouTube channel like this where I started posting, you know, like edited highlights of my streams. But all of those things lead back to burnout. Like, why am I inactive on Twitter? Why am I inactive on my Instagram? Why don't I do all these things? It's because I'm burnt out. Like, if you put all those things that I said earlier, I genuinely don't have the time. Like once again, I could pay someone to do social media posts for me, but like I don't find it worth it at some point. And it really makes everything stagnant in the best way that I can explain it. And even in that same sense, I've seen so many people surpass me. I guess if we're using a concrete like number, bigger number, better person type thing, let's go with followers. I've literally seen so many people surpass me when it comes to followers. And I say that putting aside, you know, like there's a whole like, you know, like discrepancy debate about, you know, like female streamers doing better than male streamers. Even putting that aside, like not even putting that into consideration, I've seen the way that my streamer homies that have surpassed me have grown. I feel like it's usually one of these two things. It's, of course, can be anything, but it's usually been one of two things. Number one, they do one very niche thing that's extremely popular, and so they kind of just grow and grow and grow. And a lot of people, they're pulling in a lot of audiences who very much like that one niche thing they're doing. And keep in mind, I would not enjoy that. I would not enjoy that. I could not do that. I could not dedicate my time into doing one thing over and over again. So that's definitely not something I'm willing to do to grow. But the second thing is definitely one that I could, and that is what I mentioned earlier, collabing, networking, and just, overall, like trying to reach out to more people, creating a network of streamers where you can all bounce off of each other and, just be able to grow overall and with a community that you really enjoy. But I can't. I just can't. I don't have the energy. I don't have the energy to plan out these events. I don't have the energy nor the time to organize all the different things that I've wanted to do. I've probably done it like once or twice, and it eats away at me, and I end up making like these mistakes. I end up like pushing schedules back, and I'm a very busy person. It's very unfortunate. And it's wild because I've always said that I stream just to stream and to chill, and that I wouldn't mind streaming to literally 1 or 2 people. But I think as time has gone on, I know how precious my time is, and not that I consider it a waste to stream to 1 or 2 people, but it's just sometimes I feel like I could be using my time to do the things that I really, really like. I've actually introduced one streamer friend to another streamer friend and watched them collab together without me. Not because they didn't include me or anything, no salt there, but it's just because they know how busy I was, or sometimes have even reached out to me, but I said I couldn't do it because of how busy I was. And it's just like, and then I see them like grow closer together, and it's just like it's just like, man, like when I do try to network, when I do try to reach out to people, it's not, I don't always get to follow through with it, and it just ends up being like a nothing burger. But yeah, to bring me back to my original point, what do I mean by lost potential? I mean that talking about how hard I've worked on my stream, it frustrates me that I can't work as hard on my stream as I used to because of time, because of burnout, right? I want to make a bunch of new emotes. I want to make a bunch of different backgrounds. I want to play a bunch of different games. I want to finish the games that I've said I would finish. I want to organize more events together, but I just can't. I can't. The low yabbers I cannot do it. Yabbers cannot do it. But yeah, what was that, Tib? There's one more reason why I'm quitting? What? Why does the script say 3 things? You lied to me. But yeah, the 4th reason why I'm quitting streaming is low-key the biggest one. Sorry for lying. And that 4th reason is passion. There are 3 things that I have the most passion for. Number 1 is music. Number 2 is art. And number 3, you might not expect this, but it is deep sea diving. That sounds really random, right? But yeah, music and art, you probably expected that. And as you can tell, streaming is not part of that, like streaming is secondary to all 3 of these things. But yeah, like music, I don't even need to go into detail, but I've been working on my upcoming music album for the past 4 years, and I have not been able to finish it. And all my friends and not to sound like condescending here, but like my fans of my music, they have been asking where it is, and I'm saying I'm working on it, and I have, but it's like I've just been pecking at it here and there instead of being able to sit down and truly work through it and finish it. And I haven't been able to do that. And then moving on to art, I've been improving my art skills. I can concretely say that I've been improving my art skills, and I want to continue to do that. But sometimes I feel like, why should I be drawing on my own time when I could be streaming this? I could be streaming this. This could be content. People could be seeing my art streams, and people could enjoy my art. And that is true, and I still feel that way. But it's like, at some point, like I don't get to improve as much on my art if I only draw during stream. And it's like, Yabe, duh, you could just draw off stream. And I literally do. I'm not saying that I don't. I'm just saying that I don't have that much time. I don't have that much time throughout my day to sit down and draw. And I'm telling you, sitting down and drawing is more therapeutic than sitting down and working on music. But both are very therapeutic. But because the thing is, like, when I work on music, I can't talk to my friends. I have to be in my own world. I can't do anything but work on the music. I know some people who can work on music while listening to a podcast, which is insane. But I can't. I have to be in my own world while working on music. When I'm working on art, though, I can be on a Discord call with friends. Sometimes I can even watch a movie. I can just like do whatever. And it's really relaxing. But yeah, I don't have that much time to work on art throughout my day. And when I finally do, it's like, oh, I could be streaming this. And then, like, it ends up just like eating up more time than it could have if I just sat down and worked on my art. And it just give me more self-fulfillment, if that makes sense. And now diving, like, what the heck, Yabe, what are you talking about? I love the ocean. I have said this many times on stream. My stream is ocean themed. It's jellyfish themed. I'm a jellyfish VTuber. I love the ocean so much. Like, I grew up near the ocean, and my biggest dream ever is to go deep sea diving. And so recently my brother moved to the Philippines and he's been deep sea diving. He's been literally been deep sea diving. And I'm like, what? Like I'm over here like in America, like doing all this like this tech stuff with like streaming and everything, when like while like my brother's living it up over there doing deep sea diving. The one thing that I'm literally what I'm doing all this for, the whole reason I'm working is to build myself up to a point where I can easily like afford deep sea diving. And I'm like, what the heck? So yeah, it's like, what am I doing all this for? I'm just pouring so much time into this side hobby when I could be like working on music, art, and working toward being able to go deep sea diving, which I am going to do this year. So don't worry, like that's happening. That's happening. I'm talking to myself. Don't worry. Don't worry, Abe. Don't worry, Abe. But yeah, that's those are the main reasons why I'm quitting streaming. I know it took a really freaking long time, but now I'm gonna move on to the last part of this, which is so what happens here? Well, as obvious as it is, I'm still going to reiterate it. I'm going to be working on music. I'm going to be working on my music. I'm going to be doing a lot more art. I am going to be working on my original stories as well. That's right. I've also gotten into writing, creative writing. And so I'm working on that as well. And, that's you're going to be updated on my music and stuff, of course. I still have my main music channel, Yabe Vane. In terms of my Discord, the Discord will still remain active, of course. It's still going to be an active place where everyone can share their art, where everyone can just chill and hang out. We can like watch things together. I could literally still stream video games there for fun whenever I want to. It just obviously won't be a Twitch thing. And I would also use my Discord still to update people on any like upcoming music or upcoming plans that I have. You know, things like that. It'll basically not just be like, it's not going to be like a music, like Yabe's music Discord. No, it's just still going to be just a Discord where everyone can just chill and hang out. It'll just be under like my supervision in a way. And I'll be using it to announce my creative projects. And I'm pretty much going to be slowly reorganizing the Discord so that it leans more toward that instead. But yeah, that's the plan for that. Oh yeah, and in terms of this YouTube channel, I'm gonna go back to turning this into a vlog channel. If you scroll down deep enough, you'll see that this was a vlog channel. It was not intended to be a streaming channel from the start. So now I'm kind of just like reverting it back into a vlog channel. I might do talking videos like this. I might just do some just some goofy stuff, maybe some throwaway covers. We'll see. I don't know, but it's definitely gonna be primarily a vlogging channel for sure. So don't unsubscribe just yet, please. And if anyone does want my stream key, I am offering it for $70 million. Just reach out to me. I'll give you my Venmo. But yeah, you might also be asking, Yabe, would you ever consider getting back into streaming? The answer is yeah. I would consider getting back into it, but with a caveat, and that would be that I probably would be just a music streamer or just an art streamer. I don't think I could pour time into video games. I just want to be able to play video games off stream, just be able to play video games for the fun of it, be able to play with my friends just when I want to, not with any like ulterior motive to like grow, to gain a following or anything like that. Not that I have in the past. I have streamed with the purpose of just chilling and hanging out. Like that's always been my motivation, but it's been detrimental to not be growing. You know, that's just how it is. But yeah, if I did get back into streaming, I don't think it would be anytime soon. But yeah, kind of like trying to wrap this whole thing up. Essentially, like I'm a very busy person. I've been balancing it for the past almost 3 years. I can't anymore. It's a lot for me. I only have so many hands. I only have so much time in the day, and I need to eat. I need to live. And there have been times where I would sacrifice my health for the stream, many times. And as bad as that sounds, it's like why didn't you tell us? Like, well, of course I'm not gonna tell you. Like, I'm not gonna tell you these things. Like, I just want you guys to have a place where you can come to and relax and be able to just have fun, laugh at my jokes, laugh at each other's jokes. We just have a good time. And that's the thing. That's always been my stream. Like, I want people to be able to pop into my stream no matter how much of a rough day they've had, to be able to pop into my stream, just see how much fun I'm having playing a video game, how much fun Chad is having, just goofing around. I just want to be able to take people's mind off of the things that are painful in life, because obviously I can't do anything about it. We're all parasocial Patricias and Peters. Like, we can't, there's only so much I could do? You walk into chat and you start trauma dumping. Like, what can I do about it? Not very much. But what I do want to do is what I've been trying to be is the streamer that you can come to for comfort. And I guess you could call that a comfort streamer, but no, not necessarily a comfort streamer, just a stream that you could come to and just chill. But unfortunately, those days are behind me because I need to prioritize my own health. And that is pretty much going to be it. All right, well, I guess it's time to give one last farewell. It's been good. It's been fun. I hope you all have a fantastical, bastical rest of your night, noon, dusk, dawn, whatever time zone you're in. Remember to always keep it cool, keep it chill, and to always stay positive. And I will catch you guys some other time. Peace.